Question 1. What should you do if your vehicle breaks down in a tunnel? D. Switch on hazard warning lights, then go and call for help. A broken down vehicle in a tunnel can cause serious congestion and danger to other road users. If your vehicle breaks down, get help without delay. Switch on your hazard warning lights, then go to an emergency telephone to call for help.
If you want to pass dvsa theory test in first time, you can download our EOS app. App contains 2500 dvsa test questions, 250 hazard perception videos, 630 traffic road signs and 300 highway code rules. Even 98.50% people pass their test first time after using our app. You can find link in the description. Download app for free from App Store, which contains latest 2024 material licensed by dvsa authority. Get 3 days free trial for a limited time. Let's get back to the video.
Question 2. What can you achieve if you drive smoothly? C. Reduction in fuel consumption by about 15%. By driving smoothly, you'll not only save about 15% of your fuel but will also reduce the amount of wear and tear on your vehicle and the level of pollution it produces. You're also likely to feel more relaxed and have a more pleasant journey. Question 3. You wish to tow a trailer. Where would you find the maximum nose weight for your vehicle's tow hitch? B. In the vehicle handbook. You must know how to load your trailer or caravan so that the hitch exerts an appropriate downward force on the tow ball. Information about the maximum permitted nose weight can be found in your vehicle handbook or obtained from your vehicle manufacturer's agent. Question 4. What can result when you travel for long distances in neutral, known as coasting? D. Reduction in control. Coasting is the term used when the clutch is held down, or the gear lever is in neutral, and the vehicle is allowed to freewheel. This reduces the driver's control of the vehicle. When you coast, the engine can't drive the wheels to stabilize you through a corner, or give the assistance of engine braking to help slow the car. Question 5. You're driving on a road that has a cycle lane. What does it mean if the lane is marked by a broken white line? D. You shouldn't drive in the lane unless it's unavoidable. Cycle lanes are marked with either a solid or a broken white line. If the line is solid, you should check the times of operation shown on the signs, and not drive or park in the lane during those times. If the line is broken, you shouldn't drive or park in the lane unless it's unavoidable. Question 6. Which sign means the end of a dual carriageway? D. If you're overtaking, make sure you move back safely into the left-hand lane before you reach the end of the dual carriageway. Question 7. What will help you to move off on a snowy surface? B. Using a higher gear than normal. If you attempt to move off in a low gear, There'll be more torque, turning force, at the driven wheels than if you use a higher gear. More torque makes it easier for the tires to lose grip and so spin the wheels. Question 8. You're driving in a built-up area that has traffic calming measures. What should you do when you approach a road hump? A. Check your mirror and slow down. Many towns have road humps as part of traffic calming measures, designed to slow down traffic. Reduce your speed when driving over them. If you go too fast, you could lose control or damage your car. Look out for pedestrians or cyclists while you're driving in these areas. Question 9. What should you do if a doctor prescribes drugs that are likely to affect your driving? B. Get someone else to drive. You shouldn't drive if you're taking medicine that could cause you to feel drowsy at the wheel. Ask someone else to drive or, if that isn't possible, find another way to get home. Question 10. You've stopped at a pelican crossing. What should you do if a disabled person is crossing slowly in front of you and the lights change to green? D. Wait for them to finish crossing. At a pelican crossing, the green light means you may proceed as long as the crossing is clear. If someone hasn't finished crossing, be patient and wait for them, whether they're disabled or not. Question 11. It's very windy. What should you do if you're behind a motorcyclist who's overtaking a high-sided vehicle? B. Keep well back. Windy weather affects motorcyclists more than other vehicles. In windy conditions, high-sided vehicles cause air turbulence. You should keep well back, as the motorcyclist could be blown off course. Question 12. What should you do when you see this sign at a crossroads? B. When traffic lights are out of order, treat the junction as an unmarked crossroads. Be very careful and be prepared to stop. No one has priority. Question 13. You're on a motorway. What must you do if there's a red cross showing above every lane? D. Stop and wait. A red cross signal above all lanes means you must stop and wait. Don't change lanes and don't try to continue any further along the motorway. Question 14. What should you do when you park a car facing downhill? D. Turn the steering wheel towards the curb. Turning the wheels towards the curb will allow them to act as a chock, preventing any forward movement of the vehicle. It will also help to leave your car in gear, or select park if you have an automatic. Question 15. You arrive at the scene of a motorcycle crash. The rider is injured. When should their helmet be removed? C. Only when it's essential. Don't remove a motorcyclist's helmet unless it's essential. Remember, they may be suffering from shock. Don't give them anything to eat or drink, but do reassure them confidently. Question 16. Following a collision, a person has been injured. What would be a warning sign for shock? B. Rapid shallow breathing. The effects of shock may not be immediately obvious. Warning signs to look for include a rapid pulse, sweating, pale gray skin, rapid shallow breathing. Question 17. You're on a smart motorway. What does it mean when a mandatory speed limit is displayed above the hard shoulder? A. The hard shoulder can be used as a running lane. A mandatory speed limit sign above the hard shoulder shows that this part of the road can be used as a running lane between junctions. You must stay within the speed limit. Look out for vehicles that may have broken down and could be blocking the hard shoulder. Question 18. What does this sign mean? A. Direction to park and ride car park. To ease the congestion in town centers, some cities and towns provide park and ride schemes. These allow you to park in a designated area and ride by bus into the center. Park and ride schemes are usually cheaper and easier than car parking in the town center. Question 19. When may you use hazard warning lights? A. When driving on a motorway to warn traffic behind of a hazard ahead. Hazard warning lights are an important safety feature. Use them when driving on a motorway to warn traffic behind you of danger ahead. You should also use them if your vehicle has broken down and is causing an obstruction. Question 20. What type of vehicle uses an amber flashing beacon on a dual carriageway? C. A tractor. An amber flashing beacon on a vehicle indicates that it's moving slowly or stopped and a possible hazard. Look well ahead on a dual carriageway and you should be able to see and respond to these vehicles in good time. Question 21. Why should you look carefully for motorcyclists and cyclists at junctions? D. They're harder to see. Cyclists and motorcyclists are smaller than other vehicles and so are more difficult to see. They can easily be hidden from your view by cars parked near a junction. Question 22. You're at a junction controlled by traffic lights. When should you wait at a green light? D. When your exit from the junction is blocked. As you approach the traffic lights, look into the road you wish to take. Only proceed if your exit road is clear. If the road is blocked, hold back, even if you have to wait for the next green signal. Questions 23. Is the statement below true? Or false? It is possible to find information about visiting Parliament on the UK Parliament website. True. You can find further information on the UK Parliament website at www.parliament.uk. Question 24. You're driving on a motorway and have to slow down suddenly due to a hazard ahead. How can you warn drivers behind of the hazard? C. Switch on your hazard warning lights. Using your hazard warning lights, as well as your brake lights, will give the traffic behind an extra warning of the problem ahead. Only use them for long enough for your warning to be seen. Question 25. When may you use hazard warning lights while you're driving? B. On a motorway or unrestricted dual carriageway. When there's queuing traffic ahead and you have to slow down or even stop, briefly showing your hazard warning lights will help alert the traffic behind to the hazard. Question 26. On what type of road surface may anti-lock brakes be ineffective? C. Loose. Poor contact with the road surface could cause one or more of the tires to lose grip on the road. This is more likely to happen when braking in poor weather conditions and when the road has a loose, slippery, or uneven surface. Question 27. How will a heavy load on your roof rack affect your vehicle's handling? C. It will reduce stability. A heavy load on your roof rack will reduce the stability of the vehicle because it moves the center of gravity away from that designed by the manufacturer. Be aware of this when you drive round bends and corners. If you change direction at speed, your vehicle and/or load could become unstable and you could lose control. Question 28. Which type of sign tells you what you must not do? A. Signs in the shape of a circle give orders. A sign with a red circle means that you aren't allowed to do something. Know your traffic signs to ensure that you understand what the different traffic signs mean. Question 29. You're driving on the motorway in windy conditions. What should you do as you overtake a high-sided vehicle? A. Be wary of a sudden gust. The draft caused by other vehicles, particularly those with high sides, could be strong enough to push you out of your lane. Be prepared for a sudden gust of wind as you overtake large vehicles. Keep both hands on the steering wheel to help you keep full control. Question 30. You want to park and you see this sign. What should you do on the days and times shown? B. Park in a bay and pay. Parking restrictions apply in a variety of places and situations. Make sure you know the rules and understand where and when restrictions apply. Controlled parking areas will be indicated by signs and road markings. Parking in the wrong place could cause an obstruction and danger to other traffic. It can also result in a fine. Question 31. How far are you allowed to reverse? B. No further than is necessary. You mustn't reverse further than is necessary. You may decide to turn your vehicle around by reversing into an opening or side road. When you reverse, always look all around you and watch for pedestrians. Don't reverse from a side road into a main road. Question 32. What would suggest you're driving on an icy road? C. There's less tire noise. Drive extremely carefully when the roads are icy. When traveling on ice, tires make virtually no noise and the steering feels light and unresponsive. In icy conditions, be very gentle when braking, accelerating, and steering. Question 33. You've been involved in an argument that's made you feel angry. What should you do before starting your journey? A. Calm down. If you're feeling upset or angry, you'll find it much more difficult to concentrate on your driving. You should wait until you've calmed down before starting a journey. Question 34. What does this sign mean? D. Water across the road. This sign is found where a shallow stream crosses the road. Heavy rainfall could increase the flow of water. If the water looks too deep or the stream has spread over a large distance, stop and find another route. Question 35. How much more fuel will you use by driving at 70 miles per hour, compared with driving at 50 miles per hour? B. About 15%. Your vehicle will use less fuel if you avoid heavy acceleration. The higher the engine revs, the more fuel you'll use. Using the same gear, and covering the same distance, a vehicle traveling at 70 miles per hour will use about 15% more fuel than it would at 50 miles per hour. However, don't travel so slowly that you inconvenience or endanger other road users. Question 36. What will be a serious distraction while you're driving? A. Looking at road maps. Looking at road maps while driving is very dangerous. If you aren't sure of your route, stop in a safe place and check the map. You must not allow anything to take your attention away from the road while you're driving. Question 37. When are you allowed to stop on a motorway? D. When you're signaled to do so by traffic signals. You must stop if overhead gantry signs show a red cross above every lane on the motorway. If any of the other lanes doesn't show a red cross, you may move into that lane and continue if it's safe to do so. Question 38. What can be damaged if you turn the steering wheel when the car isn't moving? D. The tires. Turning the steering wheel when the car isn't moving is known as dry steering. It can cause unnecessary wear to the tires and steering mechanism. Question 39. Why is a toucan crossing different from other crossings? A. Cyclists can use it. Toucan crossings are shared by pedestrians and cyclists, who are permitted to cycle across. They're shown the green light together. The signals are push-button operated and there's no flashing amber phase. Question 40. What does this road marking mean? C. You're approaching a hazard. A single broken line along the center of the road, with long markings and short gaps, is a hazard warning line. Don't cross it unless you can see that the road is clear well ahead. Question 41. What should you remove from your car before leaving it unattended? D. The vehicle registration document. Never leave the vehicle registration document inside your car. This document would help a thief to dispose of your car more easily. Question 42. You've just been overtaken by this motorcyclist. What should you do if the rider cuts in sharply? C. Keep a safe gap. If another vehicle cuts in sharply, ease off the accelerator and drop back to allow a safe separation distance. Try not to overreact by braking sharply or swerving, as you could lose control. If vehicles behind you are too close or unprepared, it could lead to a crash. Question 43. What information is found on a vehicle registration document? B. The registered keeper. Every vehicle used on the road has a registration document. This shows the vehicle's details, including date of first registration, registration number, registered keeper, previous keeper, make of vehicle, engine size, chassis number, year of manufacture and color. Question 44. You want to turn left at this junction. What should you do if your view of the main road is restricted? A. Approach slowly and edge out until you can see. You should slow right down, and stop if necessary, at any junction where your view is restricted. Edge forward until you can see properly. Only then can you decide whether it's safe to go. Question 45. What does this sign mean? B. No motor vehicles. A sign will indicate which types of vehicles are prohibited from certain roads. Make sure that you know which signs apply to the vehicle you're using. Question 46. Where's the safest place to park your vehicle at night? A. In a garage. If you have a garage, use it. Your vehicle is less likely to be a victim of car crime if it's in a garage. Also, in winter, the windows will be kept free from ice and snow. Question 47. You service your own vehicle. How should you dispose of the old engine oil? C. Take it to a local authority site. It's illegal to pour engine oil down any drain. Oil is a pollutant and harmful to wildlife. Dispose of it safely at an authorized site. Question 48. What should you do before driving into a tunnel? D. Take off your sunglasses. If you're wearing sunglasses, you should remove them before driving into a tunnel. If you don't, your vision will be restricted, even in tunnels that appear to be well lit. Question 49. What should you do to avoid fuel spillage? B. Check that your filler cap is securely fastened. When learning to drive, it's a good idea to practice filling your car with fuel. Ask your instructor if you can use a petrol station and fill the fuel tank yourself. You need to know where the filler cap is on the car you're driving, so you know which side of the pump to park at. Take care not to overfill the tank and make sure you secure the filler cap correctly, so that no fuel leaks onto the road while you're driving. Question 50. What does this sign mean? D. No entry. No entry signs are used in places such as one-way streets to prevent vehicles driving against the traffic. To ignore one would be dangerous, both for yourself and for other road users, as well as being against the law.
If you want to pass dvsa theory test in first time, you can download our EOS app. App contains 2500 dvsa test questions, 250 hazard perception videos, 630 traffic road signs and 300 highway code rules. Even 98.50% people pass their test first time after using our app. You can find link in the description. Download app for free from App Store, which contains latest 2024 material licensed by dvsa authority. Get 3 days free trial for a limited time.